Check. Check 1. Check 2. This is it. What are you gonna do? It's the Cannabis Coffee Hour. With your host, me, Rob Cantrell, coming back for another episode 316. Oh, I got a special guest here on the couch. We got Fat Beats, we got Kombucha. He's an actor, he's a writer, he's a stand-up, he's a musician. Please give it up for David Rey Martinez.
Oh, that's me. D-R-M, David Rey Martinez. They call me David.
Yes, they do.
Cause my mama named me that. And
Thank
the
you.
Ray is for King. David Rey Martinez. M-A-R-T-I-N-E-Z. I'm not easy, but a little peasy when I had hair. I'm bald now.
Holy cow. He used to have hair.
That's true.
He used to scare
That's true.
all kinds of people
Still do.
because he had crazy hair.
Ooh.
Like me every day.
Woo.
What are you gonna do? It just goes away. I got a bald spot, I put a hat on. I say, watch out, I'm walking on. But if I lose it, I don't care.
Don't care.
You know it isn't about hair.
Not hair.
It's just about the cat hair that I have on my sweatshirt.
Meow, meow.
I didn't mean to hurt,
No, you didn't.
but I brought it into the room.
Yes, you
I
did.
should have cleaned it with a broom.
You should have.
Or one of those sticky things.
It's called a lint brush. Have you never heard of one? Maybe I should buy you one for fun. Come on, son.
That would be real nice to have a cat hair brush from you. Because you know cat hair hurts everybody around walking around with you.
Well, did you hear that cats and dogs give people parasites? Maybe that is not.
I think you are on the wrong Instagram feed. You started liking stuff you shouldn't read. You should get off the gram. You should not snort any grams. Not that you do. But let me tell you, the internet will get addicted to you.
I don't snip.
But we're on it right now. So I'm not judging, holy cow.
No.
I'm just trying to get by another day with David Rey.
Okay.
Yes, you're okay. You're better than that.
A-M-E and amen. I'm telling you now, my friend. Thank you for bringing me in. I had a real lot of fun today. Oh, you switching the track up on me?
I got some crazy sense. Woo! Don't be afraid. We can do this.
Well, if you're gonna do that, we can sing on the track. Me and you, Robin D, R&D, baby, or DR, which means we are doctors, messing up the place all around the earth. You and me, 1, 2, 3, with Harold in the back, looking at us on the camera. Like, look at these guys. Goddamn, they fly.
They're doing it like they try. Having fun with R&B, RC, and David Rey. Woo! All day, this is how we play. We got lasers, we got synths. Ooh. What you think we're gonna miss? Get a mint, clean it up,
Clean it up.
shake your butt,
Shake your butt.
get up,
Get up.
do it again,
Do it again.
sit down,
Sit down.
just be a clown,
Just be a clown.
have some fun.
Have. Oh, there it goes.
There it is, I found the synth, finally.
You find that synth on the floor.
It's from the 80s, and it gives me so much
Is that
more.
from the 80s for real?
Yeah, I did pick up some like 80s synths that I'm looking for. Oh yeah, we got that.
Isn't it crazy how technology like has made all of these things so like you can have everything at the
Yeah, you can have everything. Yeah. Everything is right here, right now. Yeah. Everything, we are connected to everything, David Rey.
This is really dope.
Because when you go away, you are no longer connected.
Yeah, that's the only time you're not connected. Well, they say you're still connected because we all become stardust. So
yes.
We're always connected to the universe. So depends on what you believe in.
Yeah, but that's where my mind's been going. No matter what I've been through or what's going down, and that's what's happening right now. I don't know. You can just get through it. You just have to get through it.
Yeah, and you gotta do it the way you want to. Have fun, live one life. People tell me, "Oh, I'm afraid to do this. I'm afraid to do that." And I go, "Man, if you know it ain't gonna kill you, just do it."
I'm afraid every day. I'm afraid not to do it. I was afraid not to rap before I died. I was afraid not to rock some beats before I died. I was afraid not to do stand-up comedy before I died. I had to give it a try.
Oh, yeah. No.
And why I say why?
Wow.
I got some kombucha. What are you drinking on? I mean, I know I got you rapping. How long was that freestyle? Oh, we did about 10 minutes of freestyle.
Wow, we're freestylers. I'm drinking Squirt.
Squirt, I love Squirt. And you got the bottle. Anytime anything's in a glass bottle, it's better.
I got the one from Mexico, so that means this is regular sugar.
That's got real sugar.
Yeah, this got real sugar. It doesn't have all the corn syrup nonsense. So,
how does that feel?
It tastes good.
As a kid from the 80s. Yeah. You grew up in Brooklyn, David Rey. I want to give you your whole background a little bit.
I grew up in the Bronx.
Boogie down.
Yeah, born and raised in the BX 137 Alexander, Super South Bronx.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cold Crush.
Mitchell Projects. Ooh, ooh. That's what you do when you scream out the window. Ooh, ooh.
After a certain project. Ooh, ooh. Every project has their own call, their bird call. Yeah, would you say it's a bird?
I mean, everybody has a different thing. So it was ooh, ooh. For me and my brother would ooh, ooh, and then he'd look up and be like, "What you want?"
Yeah.
So then I'd be like, buy me chips or whatever, because there was no cell phones back then. So
yeah,
like,
you just had to go woo woo.
Yeah, you're just screaming out, and it's just to get the attention. Because if you scream out "Angel," I lived in the Bronx. How many Latino angels are there out there?
There's plenty. A few. Yeah,
plenty. So I might as well just be like, "Ooh, ooh!" You turn around, and be like, "Buy me some chips," and you'd be like, "No." So.
When you're a kid in the Bronx, what was your favorite chip growing up? Because I know potato chips. I could go Dirty Barbecue. I could go Lay's. I could go Utz.
I mean, I was a simple dude. I really liked corn.
Fritos, just straight Fritos.
Yeah,
not even the chili Fritos, just the regular Fritos.
Not chili Fritos. There was another. Whatever doodle, what is it? Crispy doodle?
Yeah.
So it's so disgusting when I think about it, how I used to eat them. I would eat them and then keep collecting it in my mouth.
Like a squirrel.
So I would just chew on it and chew on it, and then when it got too much, I would swallow it slowly. Because when you pour, you gotta savor shit longer.
Yeah, you gotta savor.
When I tell people that, people laugh at me when I say stuff like this. I'm like, yo, in my house, soda was dessert. It was like, you eat your food and then you get soda. It's like, ooh, soda. Like, it was the biggest. Soda
was a big deal. Even in my house, that was a big, you kind of bawling. Your family's kind of bawling if they had the plastic bottle of Coca-Cola in the cupboard when the mom would break that out. My mom would never break that out.
We break it out when it's flat.
Yeah. She was from the 50s, and it was like hippy dip. It was all brown bread, and it was back when it tasted bad. Now health food tastes good.
Yeah.
But I love junk food too. I got a box of Cinnamon Life this week. Have you ever got into Life cereal?
Yeah, no, I love Life. I love regular Life, but I did try the chocolate ones. Didn't really.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it didn't really do it for me. I'm a big chocolate guy, but I didn't try the cinnamon.
Count Chocula? Did you ever mess with him?
No, I didn't really mess with him too much. We didn't have
those cereals are pure death. Now you look at that shit and it's like, man, that's purified sugar on just there's no nutritional value.
Well, you know what the good thing about being poor, we didn't have those choices, so
yeah,
it was like corn flakes with some sugar and Cheerios, regular ass Cheerios, not oh no, we used to have the most flavor was, you ever had King Vitamin?
King Vitamin, that's the orange drink?
No, that was a cereal called King Vitamin.
It
was a white dude with a king hat on. It was like corn, whatever. So
it was like Puffs. It would be like the same as Kicks.
It would be more, yeah, well, no, it wasn't Kicks. It was more like a really bad Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
But Kicks too, the little balls, just little balls. What were we eating, yo?
Plastic, man. It's plastic. I'm pure. Have you gotten it? I got this great kombucha, but I have no. Have you been I've been getting into beet juice. Have you tried beet juice?
I've definitely drank beet juice. My mother had me drink. Like my mother and my
moms are good that way.
Yeah, my mother, now that she's 84, she thinks that she can reverse time, which is cool. She said if I take her to church 3 days in a week and she gets communion, the Holy Spirit said it'll fix her knee. And I'm like, I don't think that's how it works, Mom. But yeah, so she had me, like, she makes this amazing potato salad with beets.
Yes.
I love it so much. So she...
Because that has a good earthy taste, and that with potato has that earth. Anything better than French fries? Like, I've been doing my own French fries in the air fryer.
Okay, how those been coming along?
Oh, yeah, you got to get a potato and boil that bad boy for like an hour, just in salt and a little bit of water. Then take that out, chop it. Chop those fries fat and long, and then lay them out in the... lay them out.
Lay them out in the air fryer and they come out dope?
Oh, yeah.
They come out crispy.
Oh, crispy and brown all on the side, and then perfect. And then, dude, you hit that with salt, cracked pepper, killing it, man. Little salad with that. That's where I've been aiming.
I messed up. I made my whole bag of potatoes last night because
What did you make? I love potatoes.
Yeah, I just cut them up into cubes and put them underneath my chicken.
I love that.
Yeah, so it could get some of the chicken juice in it. And
while you're frying the chicken?
No, not frying.
Bacon?
Yeah, I baked the chicken, because I've gotten a little bit big.
Yeah, you baked it. I don't know. I think it's all about the oil. It's about the oil.
Well,
and if you fry,
oil,
you gotta do olive oil. And I've been doing avocado oil. Like, that's my joint.
Avocado oil, I'm allergic to avocado.
Oh shit, David, you got all kinds of shit. You're a New York kid.
Yeah, project.
Yeah.
Projects, man.
Avocado messes you up.
Thank you. See, look, King Vitamin.
Yeah, those don't look good. They don't look good.
Let me see that again. Oh my God.
Bringing David back.
Flashback.
What is that? What are you thinking about when you're looking at that on the kitchen table?
Well, it's... So I had when I was younger.
Cartoons.
I mean, it wasn't even that. It was, like, what it brings me back to is just, sitting at the table having breakfast with my brother, R.I.P., my brother, Andrew. But it's, it made me laugh because it's like the things you fight over, the card on the inside. Oh, can I get the card? Like, no, I bought it. It's mine. Or mommy bought it for me. And he was like 9 years older than me. I'm like, why am I fighting with a grown-ass man? So that's the part that's hilarious.
Oh, man, that's wild. Because we were talking before, and I was asking you about your connection to music and beats and stuff. And you're a New York kid. And as I say, man, everybody from New York knows hip-hop. Even the people that don't know hip-hop knows a little bit about hip-hop, because this is kind of where it comes, especially if you grew up in the 80s. But your brother was an actual DJ in the Bronx, man, during the shit.
Yep, he was a DJ in the, I would say the late 80s into early 90s. It was DJ Inferno.
Did he had a couple drops? Did you do the drops?
No, I wasn't even thinking about any of that stuff. But he used to have me go to parties and dance. So like if it was like a wedding or a quinceañera or something like that, he'd have me go dance at the parties. Because you need a party starter for the I'd go find the grandma to go dance with.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to mess with grandma. Everybody wants to dance with grandma. If grandma's dancing, if you ain't dancing, what's wrong with you? So that was the move my brother told me. He said, go to grandma. You go to the old lady and dance, and then, and then she's gonna think you're cute. So once you dance, and then everybody gets up, So, DJ, and then he used to have these other two guys with him, Sal. Of course, there's always a Sal and Ray. But Sal, and we used to call the other guy Uñas, which means nails in Spanish, because he had these long ass nails and didn't do cocaine. And it was just like, what sense does that make, bro? We were like, we know you have nails in order to do coke. I mean, that's what I was told. So.
Yeah. And he just liked to grow his nails out.
He used to had these very long nails, and it was just weird, to have long ass nails for no apparent reason. So,
but it can protect you, because you don't want to fight somebody with some nails. They could scratch.
Yeah, but you scratch yourself when you have long nails.
Yeah.
Because if you fight, you normally, a real fist is like this.
Yeah.
Or that's how people normally make
But
it.
he's coming in like this. He's coming in with the eyes. He's giving you the
like a Dungeon Dragon.
Because my toenails, let me tell you, man, they could cut a dragon right now. An old dude's toenail, watch out.
Man,
and New York feet, you gotta watch out, man. I've been thinking about getting a bowl for my feet, just to soak my feet in, get some Epsom salt. Because I think just taking care of your feet, right? How heavy and deep is that? You being a New Yorker, you know what I'm talking about.
Care of your feet. Well, you know what? It's definitely a thing. Like, especially when you were younger. Well, I think especially when I was younger, I used to come home and, if you're doing like the real New York stuff with no socks for the day, because now you got all these footy socks. Back in the days, there were no footy socks. You was either socks or no socks. So you come home, and me and my cousin or cousins, we would take a turn sitting in the tub, washing our feet from the street. From being in the street all day, getting that hot crud off of us. So it's definitely important. But I think, a foot bath. And
that's what
important.
Jesus would do, right? He would come over and be like, "Yo, man, I'll wash your feet." I think that's what the Pope does, is wash people's feet. There's something about that, like, I'm not gonna wash your feet, but it's like the nicest thing you could do to somebody. We're gonna pump some beats, and I'm gonna wash your feet, David. I've been smoking a lot of weed today. And you got some. I don't want to have a foot freak. That's another thing that came out of the 90s. I don't understand the foot freak freshness. I understand the freak. I don't understand the foot freak. I understand the freak, but you work as you get older. You kind of either go super freaky or you work I'm kind of out with the freak.
Listen,
then the feet, I don't even understand.
Listen, I told a woman the other day. I said, listen. We were talking about sex and whatever. And I said, listen, I've come to the point in life, I love sex? I do. But I've gotten to the point that I'm like, sometimes I just feel like, I just want to know what color your nipples are, and that's it. I don't even want, I don't even want nothing else. I just want to know what color your nipples are. Like, that's it. And then I know I can have an imagination of it. That's it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's so much, like people this one girl told me something about that she wanted to do stuff with my meat with her feet, and I was like, why? Like, why would you want to do that?
I know.
I'm like,
as you get older, it's like everything, you start to put shit in perspective, and a lot of the shit drops, and a lot of the freak, I'm sorry, young bucks, but the freaky freak, a good missionary for 3 minutes is all a man really needs after the age 40.
Yeah.
Or a little bit something else. But the thing about being single right now, and we don't have to go graphic or into it, but having relationships, it takes a toll. So hooking up with somebody, that's a kind of a big deal as you get older. It's kind of not a big deal because everybody's been around the block, but it's also like, I got to take on some motherfucker's badge. If I really like them, I got to take on some baggage.
I mean, guaranteed. I mean, at my age, there's guaranteed baggage. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Even if I'm going into the 30s, there's baggage.
Yeah, there's baggage. Everybody's got a bag. Everybody got a bag, and some people have travel. Some people have U-Hauls.
Yeah.
U-Hauls of
even
baggage.
The young ones, because I mean, I've been with some, women in their mid-20s, and it's just like, oh my God, this is too much for me. Human
beings complex.
Yeah, we're complex creatures, and I get it. But At the same time, why do I have to listen to you? Why do I have to listen to you? Well, if I want some butt cheeks, I gotta listen to you. I don't want to listen to you. I really don't. That's the way I feel like sometimes.
I understand you, David, but listen to me, man. Just hang in there for 4 minutes and she'll understand.
Oh, no.
She will give you the cheeks. Just kiss her on the cheek. Say, tell me some more. It's not a bore, but it really is. But listen.
You know what? It's not even a time. I like to take my time.
Yes.
And have fun with it and play with it and do things with it.
Yes.
But even if it lasts an hour, there's still 23 more hours, and that's the problem. It's the rest of the time.
Well, isn't that nice? Well, you could take some time off from talking. Everybody gets too much. That's why I make this podcast 1 hour. I don't care how cool you are, but after 90 minutes.
It's like, no, I mean, there is something like literally, I'm like, it just doesn't make sense after a while. So if you're really not in tune with the person, it feels weird, man.
Yeah, that's what. If you are in tune, it's somebody to listen. You like them talking to you, and you listening to them.
It's natural. It's fine.
But you're gonna have to do the same thing to them.
Yeah.
And
that's
when you kind of get the payback, because I'm always like, yo, I'm an introvert, I'm an artist, I don't need nobody, and then I'll just pop off and just I'll tell everything. I'll just in 5 minutes. Because it's in everybody. It's the ebb and flows of it all, you know?
Yeah,
and everybody gets annoying.
No, and I think it is about the connection that you do have with people, right? Like,
Yeah.
I went the other day to a diner, a famous diner in the city, and I just started, because they had a buy one get one free burger. You know me, I'm a deals man, and organic meat, so it was literally
It's a quality burger, and a deal in New York on a good meal is a good deal.
Like egg on it.
Yes.
Bacon.
I understand.
Half a pound of meat.
Yes.
For $13.
Yes.
And you get 2.
Yes.
I was like, hell yeah, I'm here for it. So
yeah,
I
that's a lot of protein. You like protein. Protein gets you running. Am I right or am I wrong?
You know what? I used it for meal prep while they had that sale, because I could eat bacon and eggs at one point. I could have the burger later, so it was good.
Oh.
And it was good for meal prep, and it was cheaper than buying organic meat in the store that was near my house. But anyway, I go in there and I'm like, I told the guy I'm waiting for my meal. He goes, yeah. I'm like, you mind if I wait here? He says, yeah. And then he starts talking to me and reveals to me that he hasn't cried in like 35 years. And in my head, I'm like, why are you talking to me about not crying? But at the same time, I just know. He's like, oh, I don't talk to people. And I'm just like, I don't know if I emit some kind of pheromone to humans that go talk to me. But literally I did, and he was just like, he's like, the last time I cried is when my dad knew he was dying and he cried, and then I cried, and I haven't cried since, and I hold everything in. And then he proceeded to show me one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. He's like, this is Rebecca, and I was like, my man, don't do that to me. That lady has no business even looking or saying hi to me. No business. But literally, and I told him, you got to let that stuff out, bro. You know?
People will open up to you. That dude probably hadn't opened up to anybody in 17 years. But, yeah, it's just weird when you do it. It might be the most random motherfucker in the world.
Yeah. But I think that's a part of it. It's the anonymous part of it, right? It feels anonymous, even though we
because you don't know him. Yeah, you don't know him that much, so you're just spitting whatever that's out.
And then like a week later, they canceled the deal. So you think I'm going back there? I'm not going back there no more. That's it.
That's it.
I mean, it's a good diner. But I was just like, I'm not paying regular prices.
That's where the burger deal was?
Yeah.
And he was the dude that opened up for you?
So it was basically...
You want to give the burger diner a joint? Oh, no, you're saying they closed.
No, the diner is open.
Right.
So what it is, I don't know if you know like Uber Eats and all these apps, so they'll have... So it's called Organic Burger on Uber Eats.
Right.
But it's really Carnegie Diner.
Oh, wow.
So it's great food, and inside the store, that same burger is $21. On the app, it's $13. So I'm like, well, I'm never going to, like go inside there and eat it. I'll just buy it and take it with me. But anyway, but the point is, like, when I didn't know that's how they did. So when I walk in there, I was like, this is your organic burger. He goes, oh yeah, they were organic burger. We just have to put a different name. And I was just like, okay, well, give me my goddamn food. But then, like I said, when he talked to me, I was just like, man, I really need to, maybe I should, like, my friend told me I should do something like that in the park this summer. Just go sit in the park somewhere, find a random park and be like, hey, talk to me for 10 minutes or 15 minutes if you need to talk. Because people feel like I'm a therapist. I'm like, I ain't nobody's therapist. I ain't getting paid for this. So, he ain't give me no real and then a week later, he canceled the deal. So why should I go back into that diner, huh?
I don't know.
Got nothing for me. I mean, the girl was fine, but I know she was.
You were quietly hating on him because of his girl. That's what I thought was funny.
Oh no, it wasn't his girl. It was a server. He was pointing out a server, and I was like, dude, like you're around my age. Don't be pointing out these girls looking for dreams.
Yeah.
Women looking for dreams out here. I'm like, that's what I could see. I could tell she's an artist or whatever, and I was just like, man.
Yeah. They're on their hustle unless you got a headshot. Yeah.
Yeah, like, can you?
But you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. New York, that's what's wild about New York. And that's what's wild about life is, like, you never know.
Well, in general, women, I always say women go down 3 notches when they talk to us, so it doesn't make a difference. No matter what, even if the guy is handsome, the women are stepping down. They're like, I'll step down to be with this guy.
Yes.
Because every woman I've seen, I've been like, it makes no sense why that woman's with you.
It's a weird shit going on right now. Women just have their shit together more than men right now. And there's like, even on the come up, it's just, but I like it. But it's kind of fucking with the mojo of everything. But I think it equals out at the end.
I do agree. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, like it all work itself out. But I just laugh because like I'll see a friend's woman. I'll be like, yo, man, if he wasn't funny, she would have never gave you this. She would have never talked to you. Even I look at the women I've been with, I go, it makes no sense that you've ever touched me.
Yeah.
What was wrong with you?
Yeah, they're just smarter. Yeah, they got their shit together. But dudes, we can do shit. Dudes aren't bad. Chicks are cool. I like it all. Everybody's figuring each other out. That's how I see it kind of working out.
And how long you been in New York?
Since 2005.
2005, all right.
Since 2005, and before then I was in LA for a year and a half. Before that I was in San Francisco for 3-4 years. And then I'm originally from D.C.
D.C.
In Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah. But you're from here.
Yeah, I'm from here.
Here. You haven't left.
I haven't left.
I love it.
I live in Harlem now.
Oh, nice.
And I hate when women who move to like Columbia side or whatever on the west side, they go, I live in Harlem. And I go, oh, okay, I live in Harlem too. And then when I tell them where I live in Harlem, they go, oh no, that's Harlem. With the hard R, that's Harlem.
But it must be awesome.
Oh no, I love where I live. I have a beautiful view of the Bronx. I'm right by the water.
Yeah.
So it's a little serene for me. Like during the pandemic, we had a little outside space because we had a balcony. So yeah, it was pretty dope, man.
That's so it's so much culture up there, man. Like Harlem is the first black cool neighborhood in the world, like in the United States of America. Like a lot of black culture came from Harlem, like the arts and jazz. Like it's just deep.
I think it's just because it's New York, and I think anything based in New York
is old.
Gets a lot of accolades. I think that's the main thing because people want to see it. Because like the Cotton Club is tiny. Like it's so funny how these places are like world renowned, and like Cotton Club, you're like, man, this is a closet.
Yeah, the pandemic definitely, like, in how the internet is like exploding with businesses and how many storefronts are open now. And I think about comedy clubs and the days of jazz, like, yeah, they used to be like 25 jazz clubs all lined up, packed with audiences, and that things just go away. Things come and go. And that's a part of being a person from the city, you see that up close.
Oh no, for sure. But I think like it's an ebb and flow, and I think people got so. I think it turned a lot of people into even more introverts, or people who didn't realize they were introverts were like, oh, I like this.
Yes.
Because like for me, I was happy getting paid doing Zoom shows.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm home. I'm in my drawers.
Yeah. Zoom, I didn't mind doing Zoom. No. The pandemic was funky, but for comedy, it was kind of, no, this is why I did this podcast, and that's why I keep it going. Like, this was the only thing I had going. I didn't do the road. I stayed inside. I was in New York with a kid, and being safe. So, yeah. But like now we're kind of coming out of it, and things are just changing so fast.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. I think that's the issue, is that we're all experiencing life differently afterwards. Like my son is, like it changed my son's like it's just a weird dynamic, because I look at people, the young people, and that all the stuff that they're. Like, it's changing.
It's just changing.
They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to talk.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing that's happening, too, is like isolation.
Yeah.
And you're a person, but that term just hit my consciousness maybe 6 months ago, and then I started getting my head around it. And then I was like, yeah, I do that. As a comic, a lot of us are, that's what was one of the things that lend itself. Like, I always kind of ran by myself and always did. And I can hang by myself. That's one of my superpowers.
Me too.
Is that I could totally hang by myself and be happy. But I love hanging out with other people, too. But you got to watch out with hanging out with yourself. And that's what's the problem with the internet age, is like they're all isolating and they don't know how to act, and they're getting sad.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. Because we're ants, right? We're supposed to be around each other. We're like bees. We're supposed to be around each other, being, working off of each other. But nowadays, them things never happen, boy. You playing rhythms over there?
Yeah, I'm playing rhythms. That is like when they do a session. That's such a dope word.
Yeah, man.
I just started picking up on that as well. Just like, it's kind of like a MC session, but with beats.
Mm-hmm. Rhythms is rocking you. Let
me see if I can get some.
Can you turn up the beats a little bit?
Hiram, can we turn it up in the monitors?
Yeah. Yeah, man. We want to hear the music.
Yeah.
Meow, meow. Yes, Jamaica, Queens.
And you told me you'd never smoked weed. I think that's interesting and cool.
Never.
I don't judge anybody for anything, like if you should smoke weed or not smoke weed. Like everybody in what they eat or what they pray, like everybody's just on their own tip. But I think it's cool because you kind of are weed friendly.
Oh no!
As a complete stoner, I would totally keep hanging out with you because you know about graffiti and hip hop and comedy and all the shit.
I've hosted weed shows. I did all that kind of stuff. But yeah, from the time I was raised, my brothers and people around me was like, don't smoke weed because, that's how they get people to get, that's how they trick you out. They'll
we were talking. Yeah, they put a lot of dust in the weed.
Yeah,
like,
so people
when it was underground, people don't know. Like that's why I think legal New York cannabis is so essential right now to bringing into a society, because when it's in the black market or when it's underground, it's all mixed in the same. Yeah. It was all like the coke dealers and the weed dealers all knew each other. Everybody kind of crossed each other's paths, so you knew what you were getting into.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like when people said, "Oh, it's a gateway drug," and I hear people go, "No, it's not. It wasn't." I was like, "You're not from around here, so you don't know."
Yeah.
You was probably in wherever you was at.
Colorado. You can say it. Yeah. Just white stoners is a different thing than the city stoners.
Yeah, wherever you was, and you was in Beverly Hills or whatever you were, but in the South Bronx, you're going to smoke weed with somebody and you're a fine girl or you're a good-looking guy or something, they would wind up tricking these people.
You might get robbed. Like they got an older brother around.
Yeah, or they'll put something in it, and then next thing you know, you're working for them. Like as you know, you're doing anything to get that high, and that's whack. Yeah, and I wasn't into that. So, and then I guess it's kind of like you get to a point you go, do I need to do this? And then like I've had weed gummy before, like it didn't do anything to me.
Do you drink alcohol?
No, I don't drink. I don't really drink either.
Yeah, that's cool too.
My vice is food, man. When people after a show be like, "Hey, you want to drink?"
You were telling me double burgers. You're buying double burgers on the street. I don't know anybody doing that, but I wasn't trying to judge.
I'm saying, like when after a show, I'll be like, "Baby, can I get you a drink?" And if we had a spot that has food, I go, "Now you can buy me this meal to go home."
Yeah,
and they'll do it because I'm like, "You're about to buy me Hennessy, a shot for $13." And we can do 2 shots. That's $26. Give me this $18 meal.
Yeah, everybody just wants a sandwich.
Yeah.
All artists want a free sandwich. If you want to support an artist, give him a sandwich and give him a blowjob. All right. I'm just kidding with the blowjob. But that was joke. That was a joke.
I'll take 2 sandwiches.
Just give him 2 sandwiches. 1 to go. Yeah. Now, I'm not really doing cold cuts. You know, they say that it has a lot of cholesterol and all that shit.
Yeah, well,
but they are good.
Well, yeah, it is.
What's your sandwich to go? Because I'm not hating. I like American food.
A sandwich, a real sandwich to go. Oh,
yeah, because you're a New Yorker. Carnegie Deli, are they killing it? It's kind of
that burger was delicious. I can't front. I still have 1 patty in the freezer that I'm like saving for a special occasion.
Yeah, they got the good meat. Yeah,
it was organic meat, so it's great.
They've been doing it.
But if I'm doing a bodega sandwich, bodega sandwich might be the grilled chicken and have them chop it up.
Yep.
You know, he puts garlic, salt, pepper, lettuce, tomatoes, mayo.
Cold.
No, hot. I like it hot.
I like it hot. Lettuce and all that shit.
Hell yeah!
I was gonna say, did you hit it with the provolone?
I do. It depends on my mood. I might do a pepper jack.
Ooh,
I like a pepper jack. I like a little flavor in there.
I would always fuck with a pepper jack.
Yeah, toasted bread.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and probably extra mayo because it just hits right.
The mayo and the lettuce and the tomato, when that kind of mix hits together. Yeah,
you got to eat it fast though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a lingering sandwich. That sandwich ain't to be eaten 6 hours later. I'm gonna eat that sandwich within the 4 to 5 minutes it takes me to get upstairs. So, yeah, but like sandwich
patty.
Yeah, 316 episode 316
of the Cannabis Coffee Hour.
Yes,
coming clean and mean. Reggae beats, dub beats, break beats, R&B synthesizers, comedy, stories of health, and coming up in the projects of New York.
What's your sandwich, man?
Right now, but I mean, dude, there's so many that I love. I mean, a tuna melt can rock the house if done properly, but I mean, back in the day, it was a BMT. Would I go a good Italian?
A BMT? What's a BMT?
Which that was a Subway sandwich one.
Okay.
I think it was like
a bunch.
It was almost like the Italian.
Okay.
It had the salami.
Okay. Yeah.
I like it when it has like some spiced meats.
Okay. Yeah.
Salami and stuff like
is
that.
a good meat to like add to like. Because it does have like a harder texture and it adds that little bit of flavor, but it's just not good for us.
Yeah, and then but with mustard, with the brown mustard, when those two combos, I don't know. Right now my stomach started growling, but in a bad way when I said that. Now I'm walking. You know, this is the Cannabis Coffee Hour. I'm thinking about heartburn constantly, because I do. But I'm drinking coconut water. That's my new thing. You on the coconut water?
It doesn't. I'm drinking olive oil now.
Oh, really?
Like taking a shot of olive oil a day. They're saying that's really good for you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you got good skin.
Thank you.
So that shot of olive oil.
Yeah, shot of olive oil. I just started my fast again today. I was messing up real bad this past week.
Yeah. Food, so. Tell me about the fast. I like because you kind of reset the whole engine. You know, it's kind of the whole thing is like You just learn how to diet. Like as you get older, you learn about you go internal. You learn about your body, and you're like, oh, my stomach's kind of fucked up. That's why I'm in a fucked up mood.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I didn't realize, because I'm also on some medications, and I didn't realize that. So when I was talking to a friend, they were like, do you know that technically taking medication breaks your fast also? So I was like, God damn, so I gotta like restart my fast altogether, and then I was just eating bad anyway, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna restart my fast, and I have to eat and drink my medication at the same time, so I can make sure I like have an 18-hour fast or a 24-hour fast or a 48-hour fast, because
if you time it wrong, it could fuck you up. So be careful with that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm only doing about 18-hour fast, because that's like the sweet spot for me. Because I have one good meal, and then
you clean it all. The system gets it, and then your body kind of burns the fat and everything. Like you kind of want to starve a little bit. Like I used to wrestle, and I used to cut weight, so I used to do that stuff.
So what was that like?
I would fast for like 3 days and just drink water and eat.
So that's
like
how people cut weight for the weight.
Yeah, I would wrestle 172, and it was the roughest motherfuckers in the world. But if you went up, it was like 186. Like you were going against right before heavyweight. So those dudes will fucking break your neck. But 172 I was good at, and it was my fighting weight. But it was hard to get to, because I usually ride around 180. You know, even right now I'm around 179. But yeah, but I remember kind of tripping off of not eating, and how long you can do it. I'm not telling people to do it, and I've done it with comedy before, where I didn't eat a full day. But you'll get hungry, but you can do it.
Oh no, for sure, 100% you can do it. I think it's about, you know, like when people tell me, oh, I'm so hungry, I go. I tell people I do. You ever do the fat boy? The fat boy, I didn't eat. You be like, I didn't eat, and then you be like, oh yeah, I did eat this morning. Yeah, I had a full ass sandwich.
I'm so hungry. Oh, I'm gonna this. I had a Snickers bar on the way to the subway.
Like, I didn't eat today.
I forgot about that muffin I had. Yeah. Walking
like
up the stairs.
Lying to yourself, be like, yeah, I did have that half a sandwich too.
Yeah,
man, like.
Food will go in cycles. Once you start, with me, especially with munchies and stuff like that. But as I meditate, like I'm just getting more mindful of what I'm doing wrong or whatever. But I do get, like even now, I think with trying to write, and I procrastinate, and I'll start eating some bullshit. And then
it's a distraction.
Yeah, it's a distraction. Yeah. Of usually the thing that's important.
Yeah, you know, I was in a mindful group, like a men's group for a second, and
cool.
And we were talking about that. This was before a pandemic. I should try to start one back up, but we were talking about it, like even like just thinking about the things you do before you do it. Why am I doing this? We were talking about sex with masturbation at the time, and we were just like, oh, why are we, like, if you think about it, like, why am I doing this? Is it because I'm horny? Is it because I'm lonely? Is it because I'm bored? Is it because I don't want to write? Is it because I want to go to sleep? You have to ask yourself these things, and you start to figure out, okay, oh, I am super horny. Oh, I'm just sleepy. I'm just bored. You know, I just want to I want to feel something.
Or you're scared.
Or I'm scared, or whatever it is. So it's about being mindful about when you're about to do these things. Like sometimes I start cleaning. I go, Dave, what are you avoiding?
Yeah, I do that shit.
You want to clean the house? Yeah, you're avoiding something major, bro.
Yeah. That's
the
funny.
cleaning lady's coming on Saturday. Why are you cleaning up on Friday?
Yeah. We occupy our stuff with stuff doesn't matter at the time. Yeah, it's just wild. Yeah. And I think, as I always said, like, that's what's exciting about living now. Like, I just don't think we've even figured out what being a human is. Like, I think we're just even figuring it out. Like, even language, like, I do think there's a realm beyond words. Like, it's just like we're all connected and we can all feel these things, and everybody's feeling these things, but we all got to figure it out for ourselves.
Yeah, but, you know, we're also just working.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like we're all also working backwards, right? Like, the Egyptians, all these people had all these secrets from before, like, you know, to build these temples and the mechanisms and all the things to do these things. And we're like, it's no way possible they could have done this. This is coming from over here. And it's like, no, it was possible.
Yeah.
And we just don't know the techniques because of people, eliminating, or they have the secrets that they don't want to share, of course. But yeah, and I think that's all a part of it. Like, we're learning, like even with my I have a turtle, and
love turtles.
One of my friends was like, worked in a pet store. He's like, oh, you don't got to feed your turtle every day. I was like, what? Why should I feed them every day? Because when they're in the wild, they don't eat every day, right? And he's like, and it's the same thing for us humans. We don't need to eat every day.
Yeah, it's because we're afraid.
Yeah, we're just eating to eat. Like before, when you was hunters and gatherers, you didn't eat every day like that. You had meat once in a blue moon. You had some berries to rock out with.
Yeah. But the rest, you're kind of just hanging out in nature, vibing out, seeing animals, exploring the world.
Trees, swimming, talking, hanging.
Cleaning your partner's hair.
Yeah. Baby, can you braid my arm hair?
But that is the best part of life, is the little things, And then the more you go to like fancy hotels now, it's like, we don't use our phones, or we don't do this, and we don't offline. It's like, all the luxury is for free right now. But I know, but money sucks, and capitalism is hard, and health insurance is impossible.
But I don't know. Like once you go down that road, I find it funny that they've found a way to charge us for everything that was free.
I know, the water.
Yeah.
The water trips me out the most.
And it's funny.
Coffee.
And it's funny. I don't know the people who, I saw a video of it the other day. They were saying a black man created helped create the telephone, and then they created telephone bills. And then the black man created electricity, something with electricity, and then he created electricity bills. And like the black man makes, the white man goes, we can make a bill out of it.
Let's make some money out of this.
We can make some money out of this.
Yeah.
And that is the great part of our society, that we do have such creative people, but also to the detriment of ourselves. It's just like, do we have to pay for everything? TV used to be free. It still is technically free. You can buy an antenna.
Tubi's pretty good.
But
I've been watching Kung Flu flicks.
But you still have to have Wi-Fi. I mean, not Wi-Fi, or you got to have internet.
Some router,
So they figured out a way to make you pay even when you don't have to, So you can get like a antenna tuner for your TV, but then you only have X amount of channels. And then it's like, my son, I'm sorry, I don't mean to bring up kids, but my son had a phone at 7 or 8 years old, and I told my ex, why does he have a phone? Oh, because, for him to be safe. I'm like, don't you think it's more dangerous for him to have a phone? Because somebody could be like, hey, 7-year-old, give me your phone.
Yeah.
It's like, we've turned these things into like, they're walking around with $1,000 items in their hand. And it's not free. We created bills for ourselves. When my brother gave me the turtle, he gave me 2 turtles. I was like, did you know you created a bill for me?
Yeah.
Because I got to buy food. I got to get in a real tank, because he went from Chinatown, a little tiny cage, and they was on top of each other just like doing nothing.
Yeah.
And then I had to go buy a tank.
Yeah.
And then I had to go get a filter. And then I had to go buy the food. Yeah, then I have to go buy go buy fish for them to, and then I didn't know that turtles technically were cannibals, so I didn't know that they eat, depending on the size of the turtle, they can eat one another.
You gotta watch out for them. Yeah, they'll take your finger out, man.
Yeah.
You don't mess with a turtle. Anybody old, it's like you don't get in a fight with an old man.
So
they have so much pain.
So I tell people, like, everything creates bills,
Yeah. I've thought about that concept, especially this. I was thinking about, like, once you ball out or you so get the bag, you end up buying some shit that costs more bills. Yeah. Like, I don't get into cars. Yeah. Like, I don't understand having more than 2 cars. I understand if you had 2 cars, if you had a big family, you might need 2 cars.
Maybe even 3, right? 3 maximum, right? If you have a kid.
But even, like, just having 1 is cool.
Yeah.
But then you can't tell people what to buy. I don't know. That's when I go down that road. It's like, but you're right. Like what I'm saying. But think about all the bills 3 cars is. 3 cars is a lot of bills.
I'm not disagreeing that.
And then like a boat, like rich people want to buy a boat, and that's just more fucking bills.
That is so much money. But
yeah,
I was telling somebody the other day. I was like, It's like New York is funny. Like you can talk to almost anyone, and they have access to a boat. Even if they don't think they have access to a boat, they have access to a boat.
It is an island.
Yeah, it is an island.
Long Island, it's all boats
Yeah.
out there.
Staten Island.
Staten Island.
So we all have a
fishing
boat.
rod somewhere. There's always bass. I see people fishing around. I'm from Virginia and DC, so I went bass fishing. I know all that. It's spin rod. I love it. I love getting night crawlers and worms and helgamites, all that shit. But you wouldn't think New York kids know that, but you guys do because of Coney Island. These parks all have like fishing spots, right?
Well, yeah, anything along the water is a fishing spot. So I used to live on.
And the Bronx has like the most nature. People don't know it, but it has a lot of nature in a weird way.
But I used to live down by the South Street Seaport. And and over there by the water, like you would see people fishing all day long, like all the time.
Yeah.
So like you're saying, like, and they would catch stuff, you know? And I'd be like, I don't want to eat nothing out of there. But you also don't know.
You don't know. It is the big ocean. That's the thing. It's like, that's not a lake. That's the fucking ocean.
Yeah.
As nasty as New York it is, the ocean is the ocean.
Yeah.
And the ocean is bigger than you ever, ocean's like, how many, countries is an ocean?
Yeah.
That's like thousands of countries inside an ocean.
Yeah, so I see people. So I used to see people just fishing on the side of them. Where I live in Harlem, we have a promenade. I said it. We got a promenade.
Nah. That's a great word. Promenade. We're at the promenade.
And he and I, we would go fishing over there too, because he got into a fishing phase.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of bait did you use? What kind of rod did you have?
I don't. We had the. We had the rocket fishing rod. It was like called a rocket fishing rod.
Yeah.
So it shoot like 50, 60 feet.
Oh shit!
Into the water.
It would shoot up like a gun.
Yeah,
and it would shoot and then it would drop.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like deep fishing style,
so
right?
we would do that and hang out over there and talk and hang out. So me and my son used to go fishing. And I'd be like, don't be bitching, because life is fast. Woo!
So it's nice to go fishing now and then with a friend or a family member. Get some sandwiches, put it in a box. Get on a boat, don't look out for a fox. Look out for some fish.
You could go to City Island.
Ooh.
That's in the Bronx too. And they have charters every day. And you can go out fishing.
In the Bronx, charter fishing in the Bronx.
Whoop, whoop.
We don't stop, we don't stop.
Don't stop.
We got speakers on top
Yes, we do.
of the boat. Watch out.
So you can rock on the boat every day. And you can go and slay some fish, because that's what you do when you fishing. You slaying fish. You a fish killer. Fish killer, a fish killer, a fish killer, a fish killer.
We need the fish oil in my veins. We need the fish oil. We need the fish brains. You know so much protein comes from fish. Why you eating pork? Go get a spork and eat some fresh fish.
Well, you know,
all you need is a lemon. Cook it up. Squeeze a lemon on that shit. Give it to your girl. She says, oh my God, he just gave me the world.
Oh, you gave me the world, but it's okay, we do this every day. So did you really give me the world, or did you just give me what you thought was the world?
It was in your hand, in your mind all the time. The world is right there until it ends. I don't know what's next, my friend, but here we are again.
Yes, we are in Brooklyn.
Yes, we are. We're in Brooklyn.
Is this Red Hook? Which part of Brooklyn is this? I don't even know, because it's so different. Before I would never come out here, cause I was really scared of people killing me, cause it was Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's right by the BQE. You don't even know there's prostitutes for all kinds of truckers from all other states driving down here, masturbating underneath the bridge in the 90s. They probably killed bodies, put them down here, but now they have a coffee shop and all kinds of kombucha. I'm drinking beet juice. I'm busting loose with fat beats and David Rey all day. Yo, we don't play.
Oh my God, I live in Brooklyn. Do you live in Brooklyn? I am going to the Naval Yard. It's so fun. They have so much stuff there. I can get kombucha.
In the West Elm.
And I can get other stuff. Like I can go shopping, thrifting. It's so fun. I don't spend a lot of money. These pants were only $200. That's like nothing, right? It's Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn.
Doing a voice talking about gentrification. It is the new sensation. It's happening every day. Gotta treat it with respect in its own way. But yes, they're around.
Oh my God. I love my dog. I love my dog. I heard you had a cat. That's not good. That's not good. Why would anybody get a cat?
Quit judging me. I got a cat. And guess what? I got a nice cap. And guess what? I like to rap. And guess what? I take mad naps.
Mad naps.
I sleep on your whole style, woman. Don't tell me what to do. I got a cat just for you. Meow! I'm just kidding around. I'm a pussy. I like to stay soft. I like to go out when it's sunny. Then I walk around, look at the clouds. Wow.
Looking at the clouds. I like looking at everything that's loud. Like the BQE and me. Cause I'm from the Bronx and we hella loud. This is me whispering. Isn't that crazy?
But you see how it can be powerful. But then you can yell. Get over here. I'm from the Bronx.
I don't like to yell because it's crazy.
But nobody's listening to me. I feel so ignored. So I'm gonna let my voice soar.
Keep on soaring.
Never born. All right, we did it.
We did it.
We're doing great. Oh, the timer. We did it. We did this.
Hiram.
We're well good
Hiram
on time.
is chomping on sandwiches over there.
Yeah,
Food good. Grimlock like food. Hiram like food.
This has been so much fun, David. I won't take too much more of your time.
Thank
But
you
let
for
the
having
good
me.
people know where they can find you. You were so nice to come through the Cannabis Coffee Hour, episode 316. David Rey.
Coffee Hour, starring Rob Cantrell. Where you can find me on the internet. Hi. David Rey, David R-E-Y Martinez. Everything. Even if you go David Rey, even if you mess up my name, you'll still find me because I think I'm the only comedian named David Rey Martinez. And yeah, I'm out here auditioning for stuff. If you need voiceovers, I do voiceovers.
Very good voiceover.
Yeah. So I do voiceovers, I do stand-up, I do improv, musical improv. So yeah, I'm out, y'all.
Check him out. He's on Instagram, The Nine. He's on television shows. He's a good guy. He came through. Was in the flow. Will you come back again, David? Because I'm still learning the machine. I'm still learning the vibe. But we did it.
Yeah.
We could do this forever, but I want to shut it down. And
Shut it down.
Shut it down. Shut it down. And we're out. All right. Peace and love. Show me the dance that you did with your grandma. This was the overhead crane. Show me what's the dance. Put it in the dance. I'll do it with you.
Well, it's always easy to dance with grandma, right? Because all you have to do is like this with grandma. Like how you about to. Grandma would always go, "Oh, I want to die."
Yeah.
Sorry, the grandma grandmothers always go, I don't want you there. You go, come on, grandma. Oh, come on, Miss Lady. And then they go, oh, this is nice. Because I tell people, when people say they can't dance, I say that's a lie. Because your feet can be very stationary. It's all about the up top. Just rock. Just rock. Rock. Yeah. And then you could do that. So I used to do that. And then I used to do and then depending on you do that. Yeah. And then they'd be like, oh, they makes them feel like they're seeing. Ooh.
Watch out, Dave. We're gonna get some old man popping. This is how you stay young in your 40s and 50s. This is how I clean the kitchen. I get the broom out. All right, that's it. You're the man, David. Boom. That's that. That's it.